We hebben hier Mind the Step en dat is techniek en ontwerp gezamenlijk.
Die economisch van betekenis is, maar ik benadruk ook vooral maatschappelijk van betekenis.
Mind the Step is very much about bridging that gap between what users actually need and the technology that's already available. So in the best sense, it's a unique marriage between technology and design. And it's not so much featured in the Dutch Design Week, and we hope to fill that gap.
Het is een robot die een hand kan schudden. Zijn handkracht aan uw hand kan vastpassen. Dus als u hier...
Oh, wauw. Ja, hij heeft me wel in zijn greep. Maar zacht, soft.
So what makes an object unaware is, and we were very careful to choose the term unaware. So sometimes you can think about an object as being independent of us as people, like robots, etc. We're not trying to design robots, and that's not part of the strategy. We still want artifacts that exist in our everyday lives. Artifacts are so important in our everyday lives because if you really think about it, how we make our homes, what we do during the day, how we get from home to work, all of this we do through design things. So we coexist with design things.
During her research, she found out that current scanners lack the possibility to scan a hand properly. And it's mainly because most of the 3D scanners that are available right now have a certain point of view. And it means that you either have to turn the scanner around your hand or you have to turn your hand in front of the scanner. Both ways you will experience loss of accuracy. These are just normal cameras, 5 megapixel cameras. And because I take all the pictures at the exact same second, I can make a 3D image because the image differs slightly per viewing point. A good test case is of course the 3D printed brace. But you can also think of scissors or scalpels for surgeons who have to perform 8 hours of straight surgery. You can think of a steering wheel for a Formula 1 driver, for Max Verstappen.
I'm specialized in combining technology and textiles, not only in terms of hardware, electronics, but also in using new types of software to generate patterns that fit a specific body. Yeah, so in the fashion industry there's little room for innovation because it's been accelerating so much and it's so much focus on production, which to me is a big problem. And that's why they're also quite slow in adopting these new technologies, these new programs. I hope that they do get inspired by seeing this and that they recognize a new kind of potential, also not only in the way that they produce garments, but also in the way that materials can act on the body and be more dynamic and expressive.
Everybody in the world has ideas. I mean, you can ask anybody and they will say, yeah, I have beautiful ideas. But the big problem we see is that to get them out of there and make them visible to others and convey the ideas so that they become more tangible. That is basically what we thought is a very good approach to get tools to help you do that. And that's why we built these tools that work, let's say, analog and digital.
It's a digital painting that uses eye tracking, so it knows where the spectator is looking. So based on the location that you're looking at, it reveals itself. For example, if you look at the Mona Lisa right now, there's usually a whole crowd of people in front of it, and they're all using their camera to record. So people are not really looking to the art anymore, they're more really hastily looking at it and taking a picture and moving on. So what my intention was to make people take the time to look at art again and yeah, focus on the details that are displayed in this art.
I've always been fascinated in recycling, such as this. This is made from bicycle tires and reused wood. This here is a factory building, and I've transformed it into a museum for recycling and reuse. The museum itself, all the materials are reused, so all the construction materials, all the plating for the volumes, and it is constructed in such a way that every material can be reused again in the future.
This is Pulse, our electric touring motorcycle, and as you can see, she's very sexy. This motorcycle is a combination of technical design and innovative battery pack, as you can see here, which ensures that we can drive 380 kilometers with a motorcycle that looks good. The idea is to give electric transportation a new image, an image which is much more sexy, much more adventurous. And by traveling the world, we want to show that electric mobility is the future and is the future now, that people can experience it for themselves.
What we wanted to do was create an interactive environment which empowers children from all ages, from ages 2 to 18. So this installation is built for both, or to support both, in a hospital environment. So what you do is you can walk out in front of the wall, and the wall reacts to you through Kinect cameras. It senses you, and through being there and through movement and through your length, the panels will start to turn. That's an amazing experience to see how the parents are just smiling and enjoy seeing their children playing without even playing themselves.
So we designed it especially for the patients who need to do arm-hand training, and for them, so for normal people we can drink water like this, but for them they need to have the compensation movement from tassel or from shoulder, so they need to do it like this. Well, in this way they cannot train their arm-hand very effectively, so we will monitor their compensation movement and give them feedback to help them to stay in a good posture always. At this moment I think they are, so they give them lots of positive feedback to say that will be very useful for their daily training, because in this way they can take it to their own house and do all the daily tasks like reading or washing or even cooking. So this can all be their training process.
This vehicle is the H20. It's the car of the Green Team Twente. Our car drives on hydrogen, so hydrogen is always available, especially in Europe. Sometimes here in the Netherlands it's really rainy, there's not much sun available, so then it's not really efficient to drive on solar energy because, well, it's not there. And there's a lot of hydrogen in the universe, so also we can keep making it endless, and that's one of the great advantages of hydrogen.
I developed is a glove that is equipped with a lot of sensors, pressure sensors, which we use, and it can detect and monitor the hand movements, what I do, either the pressure, the grabs, everything what I do. It monitors it, and then the light gives me feedback whether it's good or not. Talking about rehabilitation, the doctor prescribes a list of tasks, and then I have to execute them at home, but safely. So this will kind of be my full-time doctor, and whenever I feel like I can do it, I don't have to go to a hospital, be in a rigid environment, but I can be in the safely and comfort of my home and get better.
I'm working with the luminescent solar concentrator, and this you can imagine as a new sort of solar panel. So it's a colored and transparent material, and in this material the light is harvested and sent to the edges. And on the edges there are the solar cells. So that's why it's transparent and not as black as these solar panels which you have on your rooftop.
I have developed a custom fit bra that is based on a personal 3D body scan. That I really like fashion, but I think sometimes it's maybe a bit superficial, and I want to create more depth and meaning with the integration of technology. Yeah, in 5 to 10 years I want to be the first that develops a comfortable and beautiful bra that's completely 3D printed. So the fabrics, all the straps and the support elements
completely 3D printed.
The idea behind the dress is that it is an interactive dress. When the wearer stands in a normal, relaxed position, nothing really happens. But when you stand in the position of the mannequin, the arms akimbo, which is a really strong, confident power pose.
Yeah, it stimulates you maybe to stand in this position more often, which can lead to you feeling more confident.
You have a lot of different applications. You could use it during presentations, but also I hear a lot of teachers that would like to use it when they are standing in front of their classes. People who would like to use it, for example, for mental illness.